Are you offended now in seeing red again? But oh, I can think of it, the boy who cried wolf in the end. And
Can you hear me? I'm here. Oh, Alana says I'm not working. For everyone or just for one of us? Oh, I hear nothing.
Okay, let's try that again. Jeff, say something real quick, please.
All right, I'm talking now. Can anyone hear me speak?
Okay.
I'm pointing at myself. You can't even see me.
So I apologize to everybody. Jeff's going to be here in a second. Like he is, but we're just having a little bit of difficulty with some stuff because unfortunately, at the last possible second today, I had to install Streamlabs version of OBS instead of just the normal one that I normally use, and I'm sorry for any inconvenience that we might be having right now, but it's a real scramble to get everything working right. Okay, so now I'm hearing that I'm seeing in the chat that they can hear, but it's quiet. So, Jan or anyone else there, can you let us know if it's both of our voices are quiet or if it's just Jeff or just myself? Hopefully we can get these glitches sorted out in just a second. It's been we've had some challenges with OBS in the past, but today it just literally would crash within 2 seconds. I couldn't even see it on the screen. I would just get an error message. Apparently just Jeff is quiet is what I'm being told.
Quiet. That's unheard of.
So Jeff, why don't you go ahead and crank your volume up, and I'm going to turn my headphone volume down.
Yeah,
And hopefully that'll balance it. the audio.
Let
And
me get my
we'll
input
keep
here.
the funny part is we actually have a really fun stream scheduled for tonight. There's gonna be lots of cool stuff, lots of fun stuff. I'd really like to be able to get Jeff on the screen here before
Is
we
this too
start
loud?
talking.
Because I'm getting a lot of feedback myself. If this is too quiet still, then I don't know what else to do.
Well, we'll have to
I can
just
try
see
a
what
few things, I
what
should
they
say.
say in the chat because, like I say, I
Yeah.
turned my headphones down so it's not too loud on me. And again, I'm just trying to figure out maybe if I
Still quiet-ish. Wow.
quiet-ish.
Oh, let me pop into my streaming here and see if I can make an adjustment in here that might help. Let's go there.
Capture window. I wonder if I change it. I might change it to trying to capture the entire Discord screen for a second and see if that fixes it. Because I was trying to capture just a window. No, that's my actual computer screen, I think. Yeah, that won't help. So capture just the window.
Ooh, no, my input volume is peaked, and my
I put Jeff up
digital
top.
audio converter is peaked. Everything's at full maximum volume. So if I'm not loud, I don't know what else to do.
Oh, maybe
I'm
I can
peaked out
turn
here.
up. Let me turn this up. I'm turning up my desktop audio setting. That might help too. So
Okay, let's try now.
that
Is this better for
that
everyone?
might have been a problem on my end and not your end. So hopefully that
Ooh.
will be better for people. We'll see what they say in just a second.
Sure. If by any chance it's too loud, I don't mind turning it down because I'm getting the hiss in my ear. Oh, yay, we got a yay from Jeremy.
Okay.
Better, much better.
So Jeff, I tell you what, I'll crank the desktop audio on my end a little more so you can turn yours down a bit.
I'll
That
just
may be
drop
more
mine a little
comfortable
bit.
for you.
Sure.
And we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see if we
I
get
killed
it.
the hiss in my ears, and we'll see if this is better now.
Okay, I'm seeing a lot of people saying it's better, so that's good. So the good news,
Awesome.
Jeff, is so far people can hear you, but they can't see you. To
That's
my
okay.
knowledge, which I'm really sorry, Jeff. It's funny because I've done the setup the same as I did in the standard OBS, and
Yep.
for a few seconds, actually, literally right before I transitioned to this scene in the video, your video was working fine on the preview that I
Of course.
had, and then when I transitioned, it you know what it's doing is it's doing that thing where it used to do all the time where if I didn't have it up on the screen it would hide you.
I remember that.
I saw it just for a second. Oh, I wonder maybe it's because my OBS is blocking it. Oh, I bet you this is a weird thing I've never had before, but I'm going to shrink down my OBS on the screen because
Sure.
now I'm seeing part of yours on camera
I'm
here.
over here somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm delayed, so I can't see where I'm moving my hands
Yep.
to. But
but I've got a solution here now because I can change this. So that's a really weird thing that I've never had before.
Interesting.
But on the bright side, that means in just a minute we're going to have this all sorted out, Jeff, and then we're going to get to do our what I think is going to be a really fun live stream tonight that I'm very excited for.
As long as we get it sorted out before the end of the show, we're good.
Yeah, I've almost got your handsome face on camera here. I'm working on it. So far, I've got a shoulder. Of course, it's just in preview mode, so only I can see your face so far. But trust me, it's coming.
Come. It's okay. I've always been told I have a face for radio, so we're good.
Let's do
I'm okay with
transition
that.
here. There. Wait, I can't leave it like this because unfortunately now it looks like you're taller than me, and I can't have that. So I'm gonna transition you again.
We can do a little Oompa Loompa dance.
There we go. There we go. Now
You got it? Okay.
I think we might have it. This is a really weird thing to have cause an issue though, that my OBS was full screen. That's something it never cared about before. So
Interesting.
yeah, this is how it goes today.
So we can do one of those magical things where we just pretend this is where it starts, and everyone will just forever watch just from this point on.
Yeah.
Oh, they like the sweater. Yeah, it's my festive sweater.
Yeah.
A few years ago, I did it only for the last week of December, and I thought this year I'm going to do it for the whole of December. I have enough festive sweaters to wear, so.
So before we get too far into this, I just have a couple quick notes I'd love to share right off the bat. First of all, I'm going to apologize to any of our viewers tonight for the fact that I appear to have come down with a pretty severe head cold today, and I've been I've been stuffy and congested all day. So much so that I didn't even go into the store. Usually I do all my work on this stuff at the store, and I just stayed at home all day. And I actually slept in till sometime after noon. I won't say what time it was, but I was feeling quite under the weather. So I do definitely apologize for the stuffy and the sniffles. And if I don't sound the greatest tonight, I'm very sorry, people. But I'm here anyways because I'm dedicated to this and dedicated to the viewers and the Genesis fans. And I did not want to let anybody down. So I'm here grinding through it. Speaking of things that we didn't want to let anybody down for, Jeff, I'm very happy to share that I do have an update from Southern Hobby regarding the delay that the United States has been having. It's mostly all good news, in fact, because I just heard today from Southern Hobby, only in fact maybe a half hour ago, because they're on West Coast time, so they're still working while we're done for the workday. And
Moments ago, it's like hot off the ticker, right? It's
it
like
is hot off the ticker. This is fresh news, the
yep.
freshest news you can get for our American Genesis fans. That they are currently in the process of shipping out all the orders from their Nashville distribution center because things got caught a little late because of the delays. It's my understanding they're shipping everything out of the Nashville distribution center. So some stores may have actually already gotten their product, and hopefully we might get lucky and hear from somebody tonight whose store has gotten it. The West Coast stores apparently are the ones that, well, and really there's only one real West Coast store that we have to worry about right now, which is Kobold's Keep. They might be the last to get it from what I'm hearing. Also, I don't think anybody from Kobold's Keep will be watching tonight, but I saw on Facebook today, apparently their window got smashed or a car drove into it or
Ooh.
something. I think there was a joke I read online about a drive-through window, so I feel very terrible for Kobold's Keep out there in Reno, Nevada. That apparently they had some bad luck in the last day or so. So thoughts for them. And then equally, well, actually, honestly, this is a crazy story to say, but more importantly, I guess, thoughts and prayers for our good friend Cardboard Cohorts and his
Yes.
family, because I forget exactly what the name is. I think it's Clarksville, Tennessee is where they live.
Yeah.
It's like a
Clarksville.
suburb
Yeah.
of Nashville, Tennessee. And in case you haven't heard, especially for our Canadian friends who might not be up to date on American news, but a terrible tornado went through their city and wrecked a lot of buildings. There was a lot of stress, I know, for Cardboard Cohorts and his wife because their kid was in high school at the time, and the tornado didn't hit the high school, but it hit some buildings right next to the high school. So thoughts and prayers for them, legitimately thoughts and prayers, because their town is going through a terrible ordeal. And but also a big shout out in particular to Cardboard Cohorts himself, because I know I've seen him posting online that he's trying to get people together at a local game store in town that was not affected to do some gaming on Wednesday night, just to like have fun and games there for anyone to drop in and play. And I think that's really outstanding. I know as a person and a character that, he's served in the military before and he's made a lot of self sacrifices, put himself at risk to take care of the people that matter in the world. I think that constitutes him as a real hero in life in general. And here he is once again stepping up, just trying to think about the little guys. And so I really want to celebrate Cardboard Cohorts. I think I think it's really amazing that in this time of struggle where the town has been hit, what's the first thing he thinks of is how can I help people have a little bit of fun? And I think that's really admirable, and a big shout out to him. And another little bit of sad news. I don't know which local game store he plays at personally, but I do know that I also saw online that one of the game stores in that town apparently got destroyed by the tornado. So, and a lot of buildings got destroyed. I saw some photos online, and that town got hit really hard. And so I wanted to highlight that. There was definitely there, it's very sad to hear both the things that have happened to local game stores that we're friends with and care about. But definitely, and when it's a matter of life and death, especially my thoughts and prayers are definitely with Cardboard Cohorts, all his family and friends. Thank God that from what I've heard, all of his direct family were unscathed, came out uninjured, and I think their home came out unscathed as well. So thank goodness for small miracles at least, but my heart goes out to all the other people in town who were affected and got hit. So that's my rant there. But I thought that was important to start off the night and talk about something a little bit bigger than just a game.
Very much. So I'm glad you did, Jason. That was really nice. It does mean a lot when people can give back to their community and help out in any way they can. I mean, uh, we are lucky and privileged to be able to play these games and have fun like this. So when people can give back in any small or large way, because I know Cardboard Cohorts is also helping just with the cleanup in general, from my understanding and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's great when people can give back and help out their community that has helped them get to the point that they're in. So yeah, along with Jason, kudos to you and anyone else in the area there that's working hard to help bring some normalcy to those people's lives, especially those kids that are affected.
Yep, absolutely. I will jump off that topic for a second now, try and lighten the
Mhm.
mood a little bit. I also have some good news, Jeff, as part of the
Okay.
update.
Okay.
Some everybody, I don't know if anybody knows this yet, to be honest, but I was told by some local game stores in Canada that Universal Distribution is already out of product, which is
Ooh,
actually good news because that means they're sold out,
okay.
and they've already expressed interest in placing a new order. In fact, they're just at this moment they're accepting pre-orders for the new Genesis playmats as well. So they were going to submit a small order, but it wouldn't have qualified for us to ship everything to them for free. So they're actually collecting pre-orders right now for Genesis playmats. They're going to combine the two orders, and that means that very soon Genesis distribution in Canada will get a restock. So people are going to be able to get more booster boxes. I don't have an exact date because, again, holiday shipping is going to make things a nightmare. I think we all are aware that at the holiday season, companies like FedEx and UPS are really overworked, and delays can happen. So I don't have a hard date, but I do know that the distribution in Canada is actively working on a reorder right now to get more product out. And that was also mentioned in the email we got today from Southern Hobby when I asked about how the shipping progress is going. And I learned that they're shipping out of Nashville and stuff is literally on its way. They also asked us in that email about getting a restock and how fast we could do that. And the answer is we have product, the bulk of the product from the first edition printing isn't physically here yet because it's coming on a container ship from overseas. Jeff, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the guess for the date it's going to be landing in Canada is December 14th. Is that off the top of your head?
15th, I think.
15th? Okay.
But when it comes to shipping, it's
Yeah.
a container's getting unloaded. 14th, 15th, 16th, it's in that range. They're
Right.
pretty accurate with their timing, but either 14th or 15th, a barge is going to be coming into the harbor in, I don't know where exactly, probably Montreal area.
Oh, really? I was thinking it probably coming from China. I was thinking it probably lands in Vancouver, but maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, no. You're right. Sorry, Vancouver. I got my east and west backwards.
There you go. Yeah. So one will be landing on the West Coast, and then
Yep.
they're going to be getting product out in Canada, and product going to this. It's just an exciting time because it's not going to be a long wait. We can't nail any exact dates right now, but once that product lands, it'll come to Canada, to us, and then we're going to ship it directly to the States, to Southern Hobby, and ship it to Universal. So.
And there's one more place we're probably going to ship it to, I think, Jason.
Oh, yes, an order's already been placed. Thank you for reminding me, for the European Union. And that, honestly, because they haven't gotten any product at all. I think we're going to try and get everything done in a day or two. We're going to aim for a really hard, all hands on deck turnaround to get the product shipped out to all three distributors. But I did promise that the first order we flip over is definitely going to be the one going to the European Union, because none of the people over in Europe have gotten any of the new Invasion product yet. And I know that they're really excited to get that, and that's important. Yeah. So yeah, very soon there's going to be reorders available at all three distributors. So definitely, if you want to get some more booster box in your hands, they're already printed. They're almost here. They're going to be getting to you really soon. Just please ask your local game stores to actually get their reorders in, because the more stores reorder, the bigger the amount that the distributors are going to take, which means also the more comfortable they'll be in reordering a little bit of extra. So it's not just ordering for the people who have placed reorders, but maybe have some extra on hand. But also there was one key line in the Southern Hobby distribution email that I'm very happy to share with the American customers, because I think all of our Genesis fans in the States are going to be really happy to hear that. Is the line was something to the effect of, demand is higher than they were expecting, which is great. Doesn't that feel amazing, Jeff, just to hear that?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
On a distribution level, the distributors are telling us like, oh, demand was higher than we were expecting, and we want to place a reorder. So that feels really great. I'm extremely proud of that, but I'd like to think that hopefully all of our players and fan base out there are excited about that too, because it's a team effort. We as a company, and you as a community watching at home, it takes all of us to make this a success. And I'm really, really, really happy that things are going well, like better than expected. It warms my heart at the holiday season. So yeah, it's something we should all feel really proud about.
And it's great, right? Because the more people playing, the more demand for it, the more people playing it, the more people want to play it, the more demand for it. And you're going to get games and tournaments and stuff firing in the new year, which is going to be great. I think people are going to have, we're doing a lot of learn to plays now, or some people are doing a lot of learn to plays, and those are going to turn very quickly into regular standard events, and then those are eventually going to turn into tournaments, and it's just a snowball that's just going to keep rolling.
Oh, I have some cool news to share with you, Jeff, and the community.
Sure.
I don't know what'll lead from it, but I actually haven't told you this yet, Jeff. So it's cool news to hear. As Jeff, my other hat I wear sometimes is I own a local game store as well.
Mm-hmm.
So at our local game store, we had a big competitive Pokemon tournament this past weekend. And one of the players who came in from out of town, because for the competitive events, people will generally travel from town to town over great distances. One of the people that came was talking about how he's just finishing some computer programming education, and he's been working as a fan on a cool new tournament software that he was doing as a fan for Pokemon. But
Ooh,
he's also recently become aware of the other hat that I wear, being the Genesis Battle Champions hat. And when he just casually mentioned it, I was like, "Oh, really? Like, we should talk about that." So we might have a lead on a new tournament software quicker than I expected, which is cool
that's awesome.
because we already have another computer programmer working on deck building software, so people can build
Mhm.
their decks online and share them. And that person's also working on something else that's really cool as well. So that means there's going to be 3 projects related to tournament software and organized play that are all undergoing or are all going on at the same time, which is cool. So
That's awesome.
we're doing really well. A lot of people are excited about the game. A lot of people are really happy with what they're seeing because even when the Pokemon players come to my store, they see the Genesis and they ask a lot of questions about it. It's pretty eye catching, you know, with the big colorful play
Yeah.
mats and the new booster boxes and starter decks look really nice on the shelves. So especially the Harlequin deck seemed to be the most eye catching. I guess because of the Harlequin look on the deck box,
Yeah.
right? A lot of people this weekend were like, "Tell me more about this deck in this game." So, yeah, so there's a lot of interest going locally, which is really fun. And I know if people are walking into my store looking for completely unrelated games and seeing Genesis on the shelf and getting curious and excited about it, I'm sure then that that's happening in other game stores too. So that's really exciting. And I'm very happy with the progress we're making. We've set some lofty goals, and I just wanted to let everybody know that I think we're still pretty much on track for everything, which is great.
I
Things
think
are
so.
working out well, and I'm very happy. And I'm giddy tonight because this is going to be a fun live stream, and I just had to share some of my happiness with the viewers at home. So
Well, there's something else that's been running full steam ahead as well, which I'm sure people should know in the chat. But if they don't, it's Metamorphosis. We've been working on that in the background this entire
that's
time, and
right.
it's
Yes.
still chugging along and coming together wonderfully. So we're still aiming for that late spring time frame, which I think, like you were saying, still hitting targets. I'm pretty sure we're going to be hitting those targets.
Yep.
Um, really, really excited about it.
Well, and the
Really
other cool
excited, and
thing
it's coming together phenomenally.
is while that's happening too, there were a few cards that got designed that were really cool that won't fit into Metamorphosis
Hmm.
thematically. But
Hmm.
it was your call, Jeff, and it was a good idea that a couple of them have been set aside for whatever the set after Metamorphosis is, which we internally already have a name picked out for in that. But that's something to talk about later. But it's really cool because the multitasking, there's no wasted efforts. If you design
Yep.
something and it's really cool, but it won't fit, we're not forcing it into a set where it doesn't fit. We're going to
Yep.
leave it for another set later on, which is great. I think there's a lot of efficiency being done with all the work that's been generated, and no wasted efforts is great. And
Yep.
again, that's
No,
a
it's
big shout
beautiful.
out to Will, and that's a big shout out to JC, and that's a big shout
Hmm.
out to the rules team of Shahan and Jan. All of these
Hmm.
people are really brilliant in what they contribute to the game and to the company. And
Yeah.
it's really fun working with them. And I was really happy that on release day, I actually got to meet Jan and Shahan in person for the first time, which I know you're familiar with them, but you also live closer to the GTA than I do.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's a lot of people in the greater Toronto area that I didn't know in person. And yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm really thrilled. We have a great team, Jeff. And I think we have a really great vibe in the company right now. Everybody seems to be really happy. We're all really proud of how things are going. And it's a feel good time as we head into the holiday season.
You know what else we have a great team in, and I can't talk about it yet, but I hopefully will in the new year. I think we're going to wait till the new year.
Okay.
We've got a great art team. We've got a phenomenal art team. We haven't
Yeah.
talked anything about the art team yet, and I
Yeah.
want to wait till the new year when we can really, once people really start getting Invasion under their belts, then sometime in the new year we can start talking a lot more about Metamorphosis and
Yeah.
who's on the art team, stuff like that. We'll get ready for, I'm assuming, a springtime spoiler season sort of thing, about a month out from the set. We'll start getting content creators and ourselves to start doing some spoilers and things like that. But really, really excited for it. I mean, it's phenomenal working with
Yeah.
these people.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be blown away.
And to keep it really vague and spoiler free, Jeff showed me a couple champions art so far. One of them in particular, whose colors are red and green. I can say that at least so Jeff knows who I'm talking about. The art is amazing. Like I am really excited. We're going to keep the focus on Invasion for a little while,
Yeah,
but I think we can honestly safely say that Invasion has some of the best art the game's ever seen. I think everybody
yeah,
would agree on that. The art's beautiful in Invasion, but the first couple arts, I think there's 4 or 5 arts already set aside and done.
Just got a sixth one today. I'll
Oh,
send it over
nice.
to you later. I
Oh, okay,
just got
cool.
it as we were starting the stream, so I'll send it over.
Nice.
Wow.
At least a couple of them that I've seen are definitely another step up, which like it makes me giddy to say that.
Yep.
Honestly, it's a very exciting time. So I can't wait for people. Well, I'm thrilled that people are enjoying the game now. I can't speak for other stores, especially because I know some stores are still waiting for Invasion product. But in my neck of the woods, we've been doing a lot of drafts. We've been doing a lot of like 6 or even 7 pack sealed events. Pack Wars, Jeff, you've been missing out on a lot of Pack Wars. People are loving Pack Wars up here.
Good.
And it's
Good.
just
I'm glad.
exciting to have like fresh packs again and fresh cards
Yep.
again because all the things that I've missed for close to a year now they're all back, and it feels so good that people come in like, who wants to do a pack war? Someone will yell that. Next thing you know, there's 6 people like, I'm buying a pack.
Yep.
So
That's awesome. No, it's so much fun, Pack Wars, and I don't know if you can do it with any other game. I don't think so. I think it's kind of exclusive to how this game functions, which is great. Yep.
yeah, I'm really happy with it. So yeah, the vibe is great. I couldn't be more grateful for everything, and knowing that the demand is there and hearing it from our distributors is the best thing. Like, I mean, I feel like Christmas has come early. Everybody seems really happy. Everybody seems excited. The community is thriving. What more could you ask for, really?
Well, it's also great, Jason, because we know how much work we put into it behind the scenes, right? For the
Yeah.
last, what are we on now? Week 26?
This is
Week
episode
26.
26. Yeah.
Yeah. So for the last
That's
26
the half
weeks,
year mark then.
yeah. So 6
52
months.
weeks in a year. So,
6 months we've been busting our rump to get out starter decks, invasion
yeah.
available, working on the next set. Like we've been working hard, and the distribution side of things and all that, we're firing all cylinders there. So it's nice to see that all of our hard work is coming to fruition now, and people are out there enjoying the product. And actually speaking of enjoying the product, what do people think of the new spot foils? I mean, I got a little bit of a commentary on them up at North of Exile when I went there for the release. But has anyone else opened some up? Are they excited? Has anyone opened not what's the one called, the Damian art where the chest is all open? I want to know what people think of that one. I just forgot the name of it.
I don't know.
Not Cobbled Amalgamate. Shoot, I can't remember the name of it. Anyways,
Where
it's
the
a
chest
giant
is open.
monster thing.
Like the
It's
chest
its
on
chest is all red.
Oh, okay. Oh, the burning abomination.
Yeah, Burning
Yeah.
Abomination. Yes, if anyone's gotten a foil Burning Abomination, I would love to see a picture or a little, video flip of it. It's really,
Sam
really nice.
opened up, I think, one of the best looking cards in the set. He opened up, I forget what the name of the Archon is, but it's the one that's got the yellow flames and it's kind of protecting someone behind it.
Oh yeah, yep.
And that is a
Protecting Tasha,
foil.
I think, or
Do you know where that
Sarah. I
is,
can't remember
Sam?
which one.
Oh, he's coming. He must have been watching the stream because he's coming out to find it for me. So
Coming
I'll
running
show
with
you
it.
the stream. Yeah, because that card here. Here we go. I'm
Oh,
gonna see if I
Madtown
can,
Hobby can't wait to spot a foil. I like that. That's a good joke.
let me see
I'm
if
gonna
I
write that
this
one
is gonna be
down. I'm
tricky
gonna use
for
that.
me, but we'll see if people can see this. Jeff, you'll see it in a few seconds after
Yeah,
the delay.
yeah. I'm staring at the screen. Sorry, but oh yeah, that does look so nice.
Right?
Wow.
So I like the feedback here locally. Everybody has absolutely, thanks, Sam, appreciate it. Has absolutely loved the foils, loved them,
That's awesome.
and I think we kind of got the right number into each box too. It seems like most people have been averaging 2 to 3 foils
Yep.
in a box, and that's enough that it keeps it exciting every time you open one. It still feels special, but you're getting enough of them that like every time you open a pack, I might get one. So
Yes.
it's
Yep.
really cool, and it's pretty awesome. So I'm very
Yeah, I
happy
think our
with that.
numbers worked out very well on that. We've got just enough to keep people happy with what's in a box. It's not overkill. It's just the right amount for that chase, which is
Yep.
great, which I know people like.
So
And you can play with them. You can use them in the games.
oh yeah,
Which is great.
I should have shown you the edge of that card because that card's been open for over a week and they haven't curled.
Yep.
So only a couple cards I've seen had a very, very slight hint of a curl at all. So I think that's a really good sign because
I think
I've
so too.
opened cards from other games. Well, there's been times where I've actually had packs open and the card was already curled in the pack.
Become curled, yeah.
There have been packs where I've opened a card and it'll curl like this just over the one night kind of idea.
Yep. You can almost watch it curling in your hands sometimes.
Sam's just handed me 3 separate foils here, so I'll show you these real quick. We've
Oh yeah,
got
let's show
a
these off.
Gamilla foil,
I feel
right?
so bad for people like Madtown and Cardboard Cohorts because they haven't gotten anything yet. They're dying to open them themselves.
Here's the
Oh,
one,
the Gamilla one's gorgeous
yeah,
too. It really is.
and then the
Yeah.
one you just mentioned, Cobbled Amalgamate, is
Oh,
oh,
Cobbled Amalgamate looks phenomenal too.
yeah,
Yes.
it's my second favorite foil behind Lord of the Hunt, and that's just because I love Lord of the Hunt to begin with. But now I'm going to show you. I'll try to show you. I don't know on camera people will be able to see this or not. But these cards have almost no curl at all, like very slight hint, and so much of a slight hint that like if once you put it in a sleeve, you wouldn't
Yeah.
notice. Like it's
Yeah.
so. And those cards have been out for over a week, just sitting on the table, looking awesome. So I'm very excited about that.
That's like standard card curl almost. So that's just a
Yeah,
normal card curl that much, just in the humidity changes. That's
I got
awesome. That's
I got a
really good.
question for you, Jeff. Do you think
Yes.
I think that the reason why our cards don't really curl is I think because of the process of using spot foils, where it's not a layer across the entire card, makes it less likely to curl. Do you think that that's why? Because it's not the entire card foiled, but only parts of a card?
I thought it was magic, but I think you might be right
No,
that the spot
those ones
foiling has
curl.
less to it. No, not that magic. That's a good one though. No, I think you're right. I do believe spot foiling plays into it heavily, as well as the printer we happen to pick. I think they just have the correct climate control and whatnot to really work on it. Solid foils where it's just shiny, I always notice that. Like if you notice, who else does the patterned spot foils like Pokemon and stuff like that? They generally don't curl like that.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing with it is the spot foiling, and the pattern foiling really doesn't give you that same curl, which is great.
Did you see that Jan said in the chat he pulled 2 foil burning abominations? That's like me. I got 2 foil Lord of the Hunts, and I don't even know where the second one came from. It was just there when I came in.
Jan, I'm pretty sure you're within 45 minutes of me, so I'm just gonna go wait by the door. Bring one by.
So
All
I
kidding
get,
aside, do send me a picture of it, please. I'd love to see how that looks.
yeah.
I worked on these spot foils to get them the way they are, and some of them, there's a few key ones that I'd really like to see how they look in foil. I can't get them all myself, of course. I can't open every box to find them all, but I'd love to see them posted up places.
That's awesome. So I do have some cool stuff to share tonight, and I'm excited about it because tonight kind of the live stream gets to have a different vibe for the first time ever. And I'll tell you what I mean by that, Jeff, is up until now, every week that we've been doing videos, we've had a couple important messages that we had to get out to people. One was, hey, Genesis is coming back, right? Because for a while it was gone. And we're like, don't panic, people, it's coming back. And then it moved on to Genesis is going to be here soon. And we were like trying to tell people little things about like, and then it was like how we're rebuilding the company and getting new contracts with new printers. And we told people when we landed Southern Hobby and Universal, and everything was just trying to prove to people the game is coming back. It's coming back to life. We're rebuilding from the ground up. But now today we get to enjoy a whole new type of vibe in our live streams where we get to be like just every other card game out there. The game exists. There's product on the shelves, and we get to just talk about how much fun it is to play this game. And
That's
to that
awesome.
end, I've got 2 separate cool videos edited
Ooh,
together.
okay.
And because this is the first time I've done content quite like this for Genesis, officially as a Genesis employee kind of thing, I worked really hard on this. God knows, it's not like I have LucasArts special effects or anything like that, but I worked really hard because I wanted to make sure that the 2 videos that you're going to get to see tonight are going to be, 1, enjoyable for people who are Genesis fans who haven't played a while, but 2, one of the main concerns I had for tonight when I was creating this content was I wanted to make sure that this content would be very easy for people who are brand new to the game. Maybe a friend is telling you, watch this video, see what you think of this game. Maybe people who aren't even aware of how the game works at all. I want to make sure that what you're going to see on the screen makes sense and you can understand it. So there's lots of cool little graphical visual things to help people parse the information of what's going on. Because that was the one drawback from the old days when I was just a game store and just a fan, was I used to try to watch a lot of the old series that used to air on Monday nights, which was called Exploring the Libraries. Remember that?
Tuesday nights, but yes, exploring the library. Yeah.
It wasn't Monday nights?
No, it was Tuesdays, I believe. We moved it to Monday nights because everyone hates going to work Monday, so they get a nice little pleasant evening with us.
Oh, okay. My mistake. I thought it was Mondays. Okay. So, but the one trouble I had was because I was trying to follow along as a new person who was still just learning the basics of the game. A lot of times they would talk about things that went right over my head and I just couldn't keep up. So what I'm trying to do here, my goal is I want to make sure that any content we share on these videos is going to hopefully be great for getting new players interested and excited. And hopefully that these videos that I'm going to start sharing now will be ones that people who already love the game will be happy to share to other people to help grow the community. So just to let you know a little bit of what my mindset was. And now if you're ready, I have a cool video about a deck that I built, a new deck using new cards. And I think honestly, it wasn't even my idea. I heard experienced players talking about the deck idea. I built a version of it. And I think this deck is going to be one that we're going to see in the meta a little bit, at least for a while until everybody gets sick of playing it. But I think it's going to be a popular deck called, that I nicknamed Scary Perry. So if you're ready.
Scary Perry.
Scary Perry.
Oh, no.
So if you're ready, I'm going to show you the deck tech video for that and explain what I put into the deck. And I'm not a professional Genesis player. Just because I work for the company doesn't mean I'm going to be a world champ someday. But I'm passionate about it. I love playing. And this was one of the ideas that came through my mind. I just thought it'd be fun to share it with people. So if you're good with that.
I can preface it here by saying to my mom, who's probably watching the stream, pay attention here. For 26 weeks, she's been asking me what this is about. She doesn't understand it.
Yeah.
So Jason should be able to explain it to you in his video.
Between this video and the second video I have queued up to go right after it, hopefully it will make a lot of sense. And my mom might be watching too. She started watching the YouTube videos. And I recently sat her down and explained to her what collectible card games in general are. And I showed her the difference between Genesis and some of our competitors on the market. And hopefully she'll enjoy this too. So that was my idea, was something that anybody could watch and kind of get an idea of what's going on. So if everybody's ready, I'm going to show you some deck tech that I've been working on. Sound good, Jeff?
Yeah, let's see it.
Right on. Here we go.
Scary Perry.
Welcome, champions, to a brand new segment called Timeline Rewind. This is going to be a segment where we take a look back at all of the cool decks that we've had fun playing with lately. With the release of Invasion, there are 7 brand new champions to play with, and one of the first things we wanted to try was seeing what kind of crazy shenanigans we could get up to when we combined Gamilla with her pretty overpowered ability to let summons cast spells with Perry, that pesky fairy that can't be targeted and is so difficult to deal with. Let's see what kind of craziness we can get up to. So the basic concept behind this deck is we're going to use Gamilla and her ability to allow creatures to cast spells, and we're going to fill this deck with a ton of parries, which typically is a pretty hard creature to deal with because parries have the ability Tiny, which means that they can't be targeted normally. It also means that they can't be blocked, which means they have a really good chance of getting in up close without a lot of struggle. And then, thanks to Gamilla, all of a sudden these parries have access to spells that they've never had before. And if you let a parry get close to you, who knows what kind of craziness might happen. So we're going to put 12 parries into this deck. One of the best traits about Perry is the fact that, because she is tiny, she can't really be blocked by anyone, and she can get in close to champions nice and quick. And I thought, now that Perry knows how to cast some spells, thanks to her good friend Gamilla, what do I want to cast if I can get right in nice and close with a champion? And my first thought was Traumatophobia. At 7 chi, Traumatophobia is definitely the most costly card to run in this deck, but it's also an incredible value. I felt like 2 was the right number to put in this deck, because you only ever need to get 1 Traumatophobia curse onto your opponent, and then anytime they beckon any new creatures into the arena, those creatures have to be beckoned adjacent to the champion. And thanks to Traumatophobia, if my parry is just sitting there waiting and hits the new creature when it comes in, we get double the damage. It hits the creature, and thanks to the curse, it also hits the champion. Since one of the main strategies of this deck is going to be to get a parry in close to the enemy champion and their summons, I decided to start by putting in some Mythic Burst. I like the fact that Mythic Burst deals 2 damage to everything in its awareness, because oftentimes there are going to be creatures that have just been beckoned next to the champion. Being able to hit both of them is especially satisfying if we have a Traumatophobia already on the champion, because with just 1 beckon beside a champion, this Mythic Burst can do 6 damage total. 2 to the creature, 2 to the champion, and a bonus 2 to the champion thanks to the Traumatophobia. Also at 5 chi, I've added in 4 aura breaks because I know my parries won't be able to forcibly keep my opponent's creatures away from my champion. So I figure if I might be taking some extra damage, I might as well trigger some aura breaks and get a whole bunch of aura back. At 4 chi, I added in some sensory shocks and some gellets. The reason that I like these spells is mainly because they give parry the ability to defend herself in front and from the sides at swift speed. Also, if someone gets close to my champion, it's nice to have the extra flexibility to protect yourself a little bit better. Next, I added in 4 copies of Dancing Stream because it's nice to be able to heal your champion or your parries at swift speed. And lastly, I filled out my deck with a few more creatures besides parries. I decided to add some Fontanellers and some Makunas because both of these creatures take advantage of having the line of sight attack, and I thought it might be helpful to have some creatures that can pick off my enemy summons from a distance, or just some solid bodies that could get in front of my champion to block anybody that doesn't have flying. So that's my new deck. Scary Parry, teaming up 12 parries with Gamilla's ability to allow them to cast spells, throwing in some fun swift speed surprises to catch people off guard, and maybe occasionally even landing a Traumatophobia to get double the damage when we hurt some newly beckoned creatures. I think it could be a lot of fun to play, and I just kind of wonder, how would this deck work if I actually played it in a game?
Yep. That looked
Still
great,
sound?
Jason.
Okay, now here we go.
I'm just
So,
confused with what all those other cheese are because I thought
with
everything
the
was
old
just
system, I never
a
had to mute
5G
my
deck.
mic, but with the new system, I do. So I apologize for that. I'm learning tonight. It's a whole different software. So,
Oh,
but Jeff,
cardboard
I know
core
that
heart
you
still says
couldn't
nothing. Oh, no, fixed. Never mind.
hear the video, probably, right?
I could not hear it. No.
Oh wait, no, I don't hear Jeff.
Oh
Does
no,
anybody
and
else
I
hear
lost
Jeff?
you again. Wait, no, I can hear you again now. Oh no, am I gone too? You guys can't hear me right now? No, I'm not. I'm
you're
actually
not
talking.
showing. Oh, so you can hear me because I just read the words "no" on your lip. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I can hear you fine. But me?
Oh, here we go.
I don't know.
Now
I don't know what we
you.
did.
There was a 4th volume I had to unmute. I apologize.
Oh,
Okay, so everybody can
that
hear.
4th volume.
Oh, this new software.
That's why you didn't. I was confused with what all those other chi things meant because I just build 50 card 5 chi decks because then I don't have to do any math. So that part confused me. But everyone pay attention to Jason because that was a great deck tech. I wish I could have heard it. I'm going to watch it back later. Will you post it maybe as a separate video
I
for us to watch?
absolutely am.
Separately?
It's my hope
Awesome.
that hopefully people like that content because it does take me a lot of hours to do
That's
it.
great.
If you like it, please share it when I post it separately from the live streams so other people can see it. And Jeff, you didn't get to hear the audio, but for the viewers at home, I tried to talk about every single card, my thought process of why I wanted to put it in, what other cards in the deck I thought it would pair well with, things like that. I really like trying to break down the thought process behind it so people will get not just see what I'm doing, but understand why am I trying that. So that was the goal there. And I do have a video. I actually tested a version of that deck with one of our good friends at the store this week, and I recorded it all. And I put all sorts of cool graphics, including like axes and lightsabers and all sorts of funny stuff in the video because I tried to make it really funny because if I can entertain people, then they'll remember it a little bit. So if everybody's ready, you can see whether or not I made a complete fool of myself in another video. Does that sound good?
Sure.
I'm going to have to mute
Yeah, let's
everything
run it.
again. And when we come back, you probably won't be able to hear me because I'll probably have myself muted again. But I do have this here. I'm excited to share it. This is my first gameplay video I've done as an official part of the company. So that's pretty cool. I used to dabble with this a bit before, but hopefully people enjoy this content. So I'm going to stop talking and start letting people watch me playing terribly. Sound good, Jeff?
Yeah, let's watch it.
All right, here we go. Hello, champions. My name is Genesis J, and I'm here today to talk you through some Genesis gameplay. You're going to get to enjoy my sultry tones of voice as we watch Proteus face off against Scary Perry. Proteus is being piloted by Joe BoC, and of course, Scary Perry is being piloted by yours truly. Will I be embarrassed publicly, or will I claim victory? We're going to find out as the game begins. Now then, some dice have been rolled, and Proteus won the roll, which means Joe will be going first in each round today. Joe has just finished resolving his Proteus trigger at the start of the round, and I've now drawn my first card, and I'm up to 6 as the game begins. This will be interesting to see what Joe decides to start the game off with. He's decided to move Proteus up 1 square towards my side of the map, and he's bringing in Danu Nada, a new water-based creature from the invasion set. It gets exerted as it's just come in. Will he do anything else in the first round? Let's see. He's thinking about it for a minute. And no, that's going to be it. That makes it my turn. In my turn 1 play, I'm going to be bringing my champion ahead 1 square as well, because I want to be nice and close for Perry. I'm going to be summoning 2 of them in directly in front of me. The nice thing about Perry is that she's hard to target, hard to hit with things, but the downside is her attack is only action speed, so I definitely wanted to get close so that hopefully next turn Perry will only have to move 1 square and actually be able to do some attacking. And what else did I do? Oh, I brought out an aura break because I figure if I'm going to be taking some damage, which I likely will because my parries have no way of physically blocking people from getting close to me, it's nice to get an aura break into the game nice and early so that I can hopefully recover some extra aura to spend later on as I take a little bit of a beat down. I've decided, keeping in mind that there's a camera watching, to just attach the aura break directly to my champion as opposed to leaving it off to the side so that people will be able to see on camera how many counters get put on it over time. And with that, we're now entering round 2. And Joe is going to have his Proteus trigger go off again, and he is choosing to gain 10 aura.
Don't forget, you can walk through these. That's what I was going to do. Yeah. I'm going to do that. Okay. And try to hit you for 3.
Again, this is the first difficulty that I knew I'd have to deal with. Having a deck that's filled with a lot of parries, is there's no way for me to physically keep my opponents away from my champion. So I took 3 damage there. And now on my first turn of the second round, I'm going to have my parry step up and try and hit Proteus in response with 3 damage of our own.
You're going to use something that can't target it?
Our Proteus player was prepared for my counterattack though and casts Evade Right to try to move Proteus out of the way of the incoming attack at swift speed. This, of course, is exactly the kind of fun situation I've been looking forward to when playing as Gamilla, because my parry, thanks to Gamilla, is going to be able to cast a Sensory Shock in response at swift speed before the Evade Right can resolve. So my parry is still going to be able to do a little bit of damage, even if it's going to miss with its traditional attack.
That resolves. Now you can do your move with your Evade Right. No mushrooms in your disc?
Now we see that Proteus has summoned in a Toxic Mushroom, which, while it is very good in the arena, I do not suggest ordering on your next pizza.
Well, I took damage, right? Didn't I?
It was right around this moment that I looked down on my aura break and noticed that it didn't have any counters on it, and I do remember taking 3 damage earlier in the match, so Proteus, being a classy kind of champion, allowed me to add the 3 counters at this point for the damage I had already taken. There's a pretty bright light on the ceiling right above this table where this game was played, so occasionally during this match you'll see that a card gets hard to read on screen because of glare, so if that happens, I'm just going to go ahead and superimpose the card on the screen to make it easier for you watching right now to keep track of it. Just like that. At this point, that parry that just got moved, which is facing downward on the screen, is doing an attack for 3 damage to Proteus' water creature, so you can see the damage has been marked, and the water creature is now at 2 health remaining. And then the final turn for this round is just going to be Gamilla, my champion, doing 1 damage with her basic attack to Proteus's water creature. End around?
And around.
Now at the beginning of round 3, Proteus has decided to use their trigger to take a look at the top card of their timeline, and if they don't like it, they're able to put it to the bottom. Okay, cool.
Alright, so now
we're good to draw now?
Yep.
Okay.
I might build a deck just out of angels if I get a bunch of those.
1, 2, and try to hit you for 3.
That's right. I might be able to. You sure can.
In response, I'll pay 11
I know.
and cast Gelid,
I know you are.
It doesn't matter. I'll just go with this.
which will hit you for 2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
2 damage at swift speed thanks to Gelid. Just saved my champion a couple health. Then I guess it'd be my go.
I guess
Yep.
I'll.
Parry is going to come over by 1,
Okay.
I'll do 2 to you.
and Parry is going to hit this guy for 3 damage.
And that.
Yeah.
Your turn.
1, 2.
Yep.
Yep.
Just to kick you while you're.
1. Hit it for 1.
Uh-huh.
I'm evade right, but it's a move, so. Yep. Evade.
1, 2.
There's only aura.
Yeah, so you're on the same square?
Yep.
Yep.
And then
I
Dream
also have
Blade,
Spore Clouds. That's what I'm waiting for.
which will be a discard of 6.
Big dude.
Yeah. I like how you built your Harley Quinn. It's really good.
It's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I might just not know how
And
to
that will
play
deal 3 damage to a target in my awareness, which will be you.
Yeah,
If the target does damage, then they must
3.
discard a card or pay 10 aura.
Well, I'm going to be taking 3 damage
I'll take
here,
this
which will get
down.
my aura break up, so that next turn I can get
Yeah.
15 aura back.
Mhm.
So I will pay 10
You can
aura.
react to that guy.
Evade right.
10.
Oh, okay, sure. And then I'll take that guy out.
Okay,
Yep.
that's good. And you took
So
your
try to hit you for 3.
Oh, and
damage?
damage? What's the damage?
3.
Or
3?
there's only the princess.
1, 2, 3.
No, I can't do that. I can evasive though.
Is there,
Alright, I mean my turn. I'm gonna have turn.
Parry's going to go 1, 2, but she's got an action attack, so she can't attack.
Because you played dudes.
Be exerted.
Right.
End around.
But yeah, you can set
End
up that
around.
skill for
Okay.
evade.
Going into round 4, Proteus has once again chosen to pay 1 life and look at the top card of their timeline and either leave it on top or put it on the bottom.
Yeah.
draw a card?
I'll move. You want to try against when you dialed it?
1.
Joe makes it personal every time.
No, not at all.
Alright.
I gotta build Harley Quinn. That works a lot.
And then I will
double your aura.
Gilid.
A lot doubled it.
Okay.
I'm a lot more aura.
Hitting
but
me
did
for 2
nothing.
damage, is that right?
That's correct.
I mean, you still have to do minus a hand from the beginning.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
have.
I guess we can do
2
best of 3
damage.
for this first.
But I only drew
And you
one
will
of those
be
guys.
also set with
But I have a lot of
slowed,
those little guys.
so you may only rotate and or
I have
once
one of these
and
ones.
Yep. That's fine.
Yeah, so that's my.
Alright, so I'll
the
just
only
do
thing
my
that
I'll do my
troublesome
swift
that I
to
wanna
try to hit
know
for 2.
Is does
Alright.
I should play a
does
Shawnee
the line of
for-
sight blockers block themselves?
Good for me to go?
Yep.
Because even
Parry?
though
Nope.
that doesn't make sense,
What do you mean?
there's
3
a lot
damage?
of things in this game.
Well, they're kind of, sometimes they're making a rule for something like that.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean. Like it
Parry?
could be
I
something.
don't know, when Jan said it blocks.
She's going to
line of
cast
sight,
a
I was
spell
like,
because she learned how to do that kind of stuff.
blocks range. I'm like, how? It just
5,
blocks line of
6,
sight. Let's say it
7,
blocks
8.
range.
Parry's going to do Mythic
Like
Burst
range
to
is line
do
of
2
sight?
damage to everything in its awareness, which will be
I really want to
2.
use so I want these
Then Parry's going to
with
attack
the-
for 3
the,
damage.
Abominations.
As my champion's turn begins, I'm about to gain 15 aura back thanks to my aura break having 5 counters on it. Whenever I play blue decks, I tend to always put in a couple aura breaks. It's just one of my favorite pet cards in the color. Are there any cards that you always put when you play a certain color? Let us know in the comments. And she's going to bring out another parry.
Yeah.
That parry will come and
The
exerted.
Swift drainers are 5 Gs and they drain and they
And
go
then
three
she's
threes.
gonna just ping
Oh,
me
no, the
for
one-
one
the
damage.
two-
In response.
No,
Okay.
they're 2 3s and
Yeah,
they
Shield
shield
bash.
those guys. And they
Okay.
drain.
So I will
They're
prevent
still
the next
draining.
3
Still
damage.
gain 3. Yeah.
And when I prevent
But I mean,
damage
it's not
for the
gonna be
first time with
it's not
shield
range,
bash,
though, so it's not
I can deal
gonna
2
be
damage to a target and
That's
shield
the
bash
only
awareness,
thing.
which would be you.
Okay, and then
Everyone
in
will take it
response,
out.
I will pay
What-
6
what
aura to
about
gain 2 life
vanilla?
back.
So what's happening here is I attempted to attack Proteus for damage. Proteus casts Shield Bash to prevent that damage and do 2 damage back to me, but in response I just casted Dancing Stream to gain 2 health. That way my life didn't really change, although he did negate the damage that I tried to do to Proteus. Note that although I said my life total didn't really change, technically it did, and I should have been putting some damage counters onto my aura break at this time. I'm pretty sure we'll notice it a little later on and get them added, but that was just a little slip up at the time.
You need 6 damage off the bat then. For that to be effective.
1, 2,
And now we're going to see Proteus move down to the bottom row and do a direct attack for 3 damage instead of 2, thanks to his choice at the beginning of the round, right to my Gamilla champion. Proteus happened to be standing in the same square as one of my parries, so of course Parry doesn't like that too much, so she's going to step back a square and hit Proteus for 3 damage. A quick glance over at the stats for this game might be a little misleading, as it does appear that we're pretty well balanced, with my Gamilla having 8 health and my opponent's Proteus having 7, and our auras being pretty similar as well, with me having 65 aura remaining, while Proteus does have 77. But of course, when you take a look at this board state, you'll see that my parries are continuing to move closer and closer, getting some hits in for 3 damage each, and I do have 3 parries on the board plus my champion, whereas poor Proteus is all on his own at this moment. So we're definitely getting near the end of the game, I think, unless Proteus can surprise me with something. And speaking of surprises, Proteus has once again played a Shield Bash in response to my attempt to damage him. And I'm once again playing a Dancing Stream in response to basically negate the loss of life. It will still happen, and I should be marking it on my aura break, but the Shield Bash would do 2 damage, and then I would gain 2 life back from the Dancing Stream. As we begin the 6th round, Proteus chooses once again to increase the power of their attack from a water attack of 2 to 3 damage in return for paying 1 life.
Technically, I'm still losing life and gaining it back.
And here's the moment where I finally clued into the fact that I wasn't really preventing damage. I was taking it and then instantly recovering my health. So once again, Proteus very graciously has allowed me to add the counters to my aura break that should have been there. Good sportsmanship. Appreciate it. It appears that with 6 health left, Proteus has decided to bring in another creature for support and is bringing in a toxic mushroom and placing it in a spot where my champion Gamilla already is. And of course, that's fine in Genesis. You are always allowed to beckon your creatures into a spot adjacent to your champion, even if that spot already happens to be occupied. Of course, at this point in the match, I'm pretty sure that Toxic Mushroom is just coming out to make Proteus feel a little better, because although they get to hit me for 3 damage and put me to 5, I do have those 2 parries directly beside Proteus, and I'm pretty sure they're going to add up to 6 damage and taking my opponent to 0. And that is how it played out. That's how the match ends, with my brand new Gamilla Scary Parry deck getting the win in a very close matchup against the Pro Proteus deck. I definitely think there's some tweaks that we can make to both these decks to make them play even better. I'd love to hear some feedback in the comments from the people watching. Let us know how you would improve these decks, or if you have a crazy brew that you're planning on playing soon. Thanks for watching. I did it again. I told you I would. I told you I would come back and forget to unmute myself. Anyways.
Can they hear me though? That's important.
I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I tried really hard to make it as user-friendly, new person-friendly as possible. I hope you like the special effects. I'd love to do more content like that. So I guess it's just gonna be a matter of if people wind up enjoying it and sharing those kind of videos, I will continue to put the hours into it because I really think things like that are going to help build the community when people can see and understand how the game's played with a little bit of background explanation. I really enjoyed it a lot. It was fun. I got lucky. I'm not a great deck builder, so even though there's the potential there for a Scary Perry deck to be meta affecting, I'm not the person who has the finesse to really fix it up and get it top tier. But hopefully that will have inspired a few people, and maybe some people will come out with some tweaks to the decks. Share them online in the community. I'd love to see some deck lists start getting shared in, say, for example, the Genesis official discussion Facebook group. That'd be a great place to see some people start posting up some deck lists. Hopefully, we'll see some results from some casual tournaments and things like that as other stores get more involved in hosting events and creating a little content. You know, I can't wait to see what other people come up with, and I think it's fun. I think this is the beginning of where we can really get to just enjoying being a community now. The game exists again, the product exists, it's getting into people's hands, and now we can just have fun playing it, sharing our passion for the game. And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Uh, so far, it's been good reaction in the chat. People, they were happy. They like these kind of videos. I think it was Cardboard Flesh and Blood said that this is what he lives for, or something to that effect. He loves these kind of videos.
Nice.
Um, we have Devlin saying he made videos similar when he was with from Smetrat Games. I'm sure I saw some of them, Devlin, but I'm gonna have to go dig those up. Would they be on your YouTube channel or the Smetrat YouTube? I'll find them. I'll look for them and find them, or
Very
I'll
nice.
try and get a link to that because I'll want to take a look at those because always keen to see gameplay videos, especially ones like this where they explain to you what's going on a little bit more user friendly because not everyone's a pro and can understand exactly what's happening at all moments. So it's
Right.
nice to have that voiceover going in the background. I really like that.
Am I right in thinking that there's going to be another video going on later tonight after our live stream ends? Did I hear
There
something?
is actually
Oh,
resurrected from well, I guess they teleported in with a no, what's the word they call it when they switch places? Anyways, this joke isn't going to work. So it's just the Chrono Walkers are back, and
yeah.
they've been trying to do a box break, and they keep getting derailed and doing 3-hour streams on the history of very specific cards.
Yep.
So they're supposedly going to be able to crack an actual full box tonight. We'll see
Oh,
how
very
that
nice.
goes,
Awesome.
and I'm going to try and watch that too because it sounds like a lot of fun.
What's
And
the YouTube? Is it YouTube or like where will that be so we can help
I
people
believe it's on
find
YouTube.
content?
Shahan in our chat is one of the Chrono Walkers, so he should be able to fill us in case we're incorrect. But I believe it's on YouTube, and they're called the Chrono Walkers on YouTube,
Perfect.
if I'm not
Awesome. Well,
mistaken.
Shahan, you get in the chat there and share that if we're accurate that's happening tonight, and we'll try and send as many viewers over as we can.
Oh yeah, sorry. Madtown Hobby's got a great point here. A lot of people between Facebook and other social medias do not know what's going on out there, what has gone before. So by all means, if you have some video content that you think is prevalent or is important, reshare it. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter if it's
absolutely.
3 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 months old. Get it out there again because there's a whole new crop of people that are really excited. I've seen in the last, well, I would say 3-4 weeks, a bunch of people comment that they were just getting to the game at the end of March, sort of thing, before things changed over, and they're excited to see that it's still going strong. And they obviously wouldn't have any of that history in it there. So by all means, please reshare things. We'd love to see it, and the new players would love to see it. Plus some old players who maybe never got a chance to check it out.
Yeah, it's been great. I was watching Imperial Pull's live stream last night. They were opening all 5 of the starter decks and
Oh,
talking
that's
about
right.
them. And I saw a couple of people comment on their video last night whose usernames I had never seen before. So it's great. It's not just us that are getting new viewers for the first time, but other Genesis content creators are getting new viewers as well, which is awesome. So there's definitely there's some excitement and a little bit of buzz out there, and it feels good.
Yep, I'm really excited to see the other content come out because, like I was saying before, Jason, we work really hard on this day in and day out, and then on Mondays we get to chat with the world here, and I
Yep.
want to see other people chat with the world. I want to watch some other people opening packs, talking Genesis, so that I can enjoy listening to it instead of spewing about it all the time.
Well, I already have a deck list in mind that I want to build tomorrow to play Wednesday night because we're currently doing
Nice.
Genesis 2 nights a week at our store, Wednesdays and Saturdays. So I'm going to try and have a deck built tomorrow to play on Wednesday, a totally different deck idea. That's going to again feature another of the new invasion champions, and then that'll give me 3 or 4 days to do video editing to hopefully have another video just like this next Monday night. And if the
Beautiful.
feedback continues to show that people are interested in it, I'll keep doing it, because video editing and content creation is a big passion of mine, and Genesis is a big passion of mine. So when those two combine, I'm happy to spend 10, 12 hours on a project to make sure that people see it and enjoy it.
That's awesome. That's great.
And Cardboard Cohorts
it's
has a video planned for January. So that's
sweet.
another exciting content
Yep.
creator getting back into it. So very cool.
Well, and I can't wait. I really did like Cardboard Cohorts videos. They were very honest.
That's always
So
great.
yeah, sometimes the thing people don't want to hear, but he's honest. He just gives his opinion and he's honest about it, which is great. He's not pulling any punches when he doesn't feel they need to be pulled, which is fine. That's that's great.
That's how you hold
there's
people
one thing-
accountable, right? That's good.
Yeah, yeah. There's one thing we didn't mention at the top of the show, Jason, and that's that we're spinning a wheel again today.
Oh yeah.
So I've got a bunch of
Surprise
names
me.
on a list here. I've got 17 names I'd like to read off to see if I'm missing anyone.
Ooh, is
So
that a
please
new
pay
record?
attention. I think that's a new record. I think our old record
That's
was
cool.
14 or 15, so I think 17 is a new record for us.
Well, just a minute
I
ago,
think we also
saw
hit
there
a
was,
record
like-
in.
Oh, sorry. go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was gonna say I think we hit a new record in simultaneous views as well. No,
Yeah, I
think
just
we
saw
did.
22 on the screen a minute ago as
There we go.
the gameplay video was going. So that's really great.
that's a new simultaneous one. That's great. Okay, let me go through this list and see if I'm missing anyone. I have Cardboard Cohorts, Alana, Ryan, Jan, John King, Jeremy Heron, Timmy T, Shahan, Madtown Hobby, Damien C, Cardboard Flesh and Blood, Duelist Sync JD, Stephen Penn, Eric L, Devlin B, Marcus P, and Mr. Alex 21 Alex. So I
Very cool.
think that's covered everyone. I scrolled up and down through this list here. If you did not hear your name and you did comment, please comment again. If you want to hear your name or see it on the list, comment now and I'll be able to get to it. This has actually been a longer stream than I thought it would be because we had some great video footage there. So we're 8:15. We're pushing up to the 8:30 mark. This is going to be one of our longer streams, which is wonderful. It's
Well, we
it's a
did
lot
have
of
some cool
content to get
news
out
to
there.
share and updates that
Yeah.
we wanted to get out. So
That's true too.
we tried
Yeah, it's
very
really
hard
really exciting.
to be communicative and open with our fans and whatnot. So the fans of the game, I should say. Want to make sure everybody knows what's going on. We're here to help you guys have fun.
So I don't see any other names popping up there. Now, here's the thing, Jason. Are we going to try and switch over to that video feed, or do you want me to just point my camera at it because of everything that's kind of going with the Streamlabs? Do you want to risk it, or do you want me to just point my camera at my wheel of screen thing?
I think for tonight, because it'll take me a while to get your camera line back up after. If you don't mind just
Yeah.
pointing your camera physically at it, that'd
Not a
be
problem at
easier.
all.
This
I'd
is
be happy to do
a
that.
difficult user interface for me tonight.
100%. I figured it'd be safer that way. Better to be safe than sorry.
Yep.
But yeah, this has been a great stream so far. And do we want to do the spin now, or does anyone have any questions that we didn't answer? I don't know if we had any questions even about the streams that are the videos that Jason put together, the deck tech or anything like that. What's
Well,
the
one
prize
question
this
is,
week?
what's the
Oh,
prize?
yeah, we didn't mention that. 2 packs of Invasion.
Nice. 2 packs of
So-
the new stuff. Ooh,
Of the new stuff, yeah.
I like it.
And there's no John in the chat, or we would have thrown in a pack of the old stuff. But
Right.
I don't know. He's busy with life or something like that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
He's a busy man.
For sure.
But yeah, 2 packs of Invasion, so you get a good chance at popping a foil or an extended art there, because
Nice.
those just look really nice. Like I know it sounds like patting myself on the back, but it looks really nice. They look really nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn my camera now towards the screen,
Sounds good.
so don't get dizzy if you get dizzy from that sort of thing. And
Oh,
let's
that's
see.
way easier than me doing all the work.
Yeah.
You do that every time.
Whoops. No, I gotta
You
bend
want
it
to go
better
to the
than
right
that.
a bit though, so we can see the right side of the wheel.
Tell me when I've got it in good enough for you.
A little more to the right, so we can see it, because that's where the winning. Yeah, perfect. We can see the
Oh,
winning.
sorry, I moved it again.
No, you're good.
we're
You're
good?
Yeah,
We're good. All right. So I'm gonna start spinning this guy, or I'm gonna shuffle it up first.
sounds good.
Yep, 2 this
packs
week.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna shuffle up.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
Let's hit the magic spin.
Nice. Here we go. Who's gonna win? I don't know.
Let's see. We're slowing down.
Maybe
We're
Jeremy,
stopping
maybe Alana. It's
on.
gonna be
Oh,
Alana.
it
It's
just
gonna be
tipped over to Alana.
Alana. Woohoo!
That's wonderful. Congratulations,
Nice.
Alana.
Very cool.
Let me see if I can get this camera back towards me. Should be able to. That should be the easier part.
Oh,
Let's
that's
see.
way easier. We're doing that from now on. That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought it might be. Did I get it centered enough on me? No,
I
I'm
think
way
we're
out of
pretty
frame,
good.
aren't I?
And honestly, we're right at the very end of the stream too.
We are anyways. Yeah, no one. As long as it's not too close up on my nose, I don't want you seeing my pores.
No,
I
no,
haven't
you're good. You're good.
exfoliated lately.
Well,
That's
that was
awesome.
fun.
So Alana, touch base with Jason. I think you have his contact information. And
What about last week's? Oh, that's a question. Yeah, because last week I was by myself and I said we were going to do a stream or a prize for last week. But I guess I didn't talk to you about that after. I just
do you
assumed you
have
had
a list
watched
of
last week's
names?
stream and you had known. But what do you say we do it next week? We can take all the names from
Yep.
last week and we can
Yep,
draw
that's
that
what we'll
next
do.
week when you're ready. Since that's on me, I
Yep.
forgot to message you. So
And I really don't want to watch Jason solo talking to a bunch of people, so
yeah.
I'll have to get Janice to do it or something.
Yeah. Oh, savage. Wow.
All kidding aside, no, I'll watch through it and I'll get a bunch of names on it, and we'll do that next week. So let's try and remember to do that next week.
Oh, you're in trouble now. I just heard her from the other end of the apartment. You're in trouble.
It's about an hour and a half away from me, so I got time to dodge. So that's all that matters to
Well, I
me.
guess I'm in
out of
trouble.
striking distance.
Great.
Yeah, you're in trouble, not me.
All right. Let's just check in the chat for a second. Did Shahan say where the stream is? Is it on YouTube?
Ooh, let's double check. I believe no complaints about it running longer.
Yes, YouTube and Twitch. Okay.
Perfect. Okay,
Perfect.
so YouTube or Twitch, take your choice.
Yeah. And just look for.
I'll be watching on
Coin
YouTube, so if you want to see the jokes, watch it on YouTube. You'll see my commentary there.
So Twitch it is. Gotcha.
Yep, exactly. Everyone avoid YouTube. Go over to Twitch.
Crown Walker's gonna be like, why do we get this big surge on Twitch tonight? That's so weird, random.
That's awesome. Well, I think that's great, Jason. I mean, those are wonderful
Yeah.
videos. I love that sort of stuff, and it
Thanks.
seems like our audience does too. So that's great.
Sweet.
That's
Well, I
wonderful.
look forward to doing more of that then. Come back next Monday and we'll have another deck tech. Because like I say, I do have an idea based on another champion I want to build. And
Sweet.
we'll do another gameplay video too and see whether or not I win or whether or not I embarrass myself. It'll be a fun time either way.
Same
Anything
bat
else you wanna
time,
say
same bat
tonight?
channel.
Yeah, exactly right. Anything you want to say tonight before we call her quits and run the credits?
I don't think so. I think I'm good. I'm ready to keep running forward with Invasion and hopefully get some pack battles in. If anyone in my area plays, let's play some pack battles. Come on, hit me up.
I will
Oh,
just
there's
say,
a random question.
Oh, random question. What's this? No
No stacker
stacker
token.
token in invasion set. What's up with that? Oh, like the stack token that they
Yeah,
used to do.
the stack token. Honestly, we never really found a good use for the stack token. I get the point of it. It was supposed to be when an ability was being used, you'd play it on the stack to represent where that was. In the 2 tournaments I played in, plus the casuals, plus the store championships, I never saw a single person use a stack token.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
think it was widely used, to be honest.
Yeah.
At least not my
So we
experience.
do have the other tokens you can use. You can use their backside on it. It's really just a representation of it to know how the stack is being built.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
yeah, we didn't see it getting used, so we'd rather not take that slot up with a card like that. We'd rather have something that's usable.
Yeah, that's pretty fair, I think.
Yeah.
One last thing before I start
Sure.
the credits is some of the coolest things that I know are in the credits. So watch it because you'll
Cool.
figure out right away what some of the coolest things are that I know. So that's it for me. Jeff, I'm going to let you say the goodbyes tonight. What do you want to say, buddy?
I'm going to say, see if it focuses on this or not.
Yeah, because I'm not going to cut away. Oh, you got to move it to your left. There you go. A little more. There you go. Nice. Oh, I'm glad I didn't cut away on you. Very good message.
So Feliz Navidad, everybody. We'll see you all next Monday.
Right on. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Don't forget to check out the Chrono Walkers.
Bye.